lot of Christians, they have things in their past for which they feel deep sorrow, things that God has forgiven, but things that we did. I have these things in my past that I've hurt people in ways that I can't fix. I can't fix those wounds. Abortion, addiction, sinful actions of many kinds that grievously wound others. You know, our merciful God is eager to forgive and make us new, but there's a difference between those of us who also participated in those things and the world apart from Christ, because we weep over those things that were caused by a depraved mind. They applaud them, literally applauding the killing of babies in a mother's womb. And they are currently, as we speak, championing the right for parents to take their little boys to so-called physicians to have their penises removed. And our current candidate, Kamala, championing the right for the state to take custody away from parents who refuse. Guys, how much more depraved can you get? But I can tell you this with certainty. We are years beyond any time in our history when we could pretend that Jesus-following people have equal standing before God, regardless of their political party. Before you vote, consider this. On nearly every single issue of moral importance, whether we're talking about abortion or human sexuality or marriage, the Democratic Party's stated positions are straight out of the pit of hell. Every Democrat candidate for political office, most independent candidates, and a few Republicans vote to allow doctors to kill babies, even those who would survive outside the womb, by dismembering them, by injecting them with saline solutions, by literally I don't even want to talk. It's so barbaric. And how many of those people would share that, what they're actually doing to those infants with their children or grandchildren? Well, none of them, because no one wants to be thought to be that barbaric. They have no choice but to lie. Does anyone imagine that we could stand guiltless before the God of heaven if we support those kinds of practices? We can't stand guiltless before God if we vote for people who support these evils. God said to the prophet Jeremiah, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." He said, "Before you were born, I set you apart." God says in Psalm 139, "For you created my inmost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb." And friends, life is sacred. And before considering any other position of any political candidate, the first thing that we ask is, will he or she fight to protect the unborn? If the answer to that is yes, then we begin to look at other important issues.